right, let's go. Let's do a brief audio and visual check. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Slow Markets. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach DBA. As always, in the YouTube chat, there's our Topstep risk disclosure. Everything I say and go over is for educational purposes only. It's not financial advice. It's not a signals class. You know the drill. We all have our own agency when we're buying and selling in these markets. Don't want to be copying anybody, right? Building your own process. But audio is good, visual is good, and looking good. Yeah, my black eye's getting better. Black eye's getting better. Come on, Gringo. You spelt his name wrong. Tom Dwan. You spelt his name wrong. Tell him I said hi. Tell him I said hi. I miss him. He could tell. Next time I go down to Vegas, he could show up. He could show up. But let's get to these markets. Let's focus on these markets. It's Thursday night, Friday's price action, and tomorrow's a big day. We have inflation data coming out. We have Fed speakers. We have possibly a tariff decision tomorrow that could be moving the markets. And we're going into a weekend where there's a lot of geopolitical tension around Iraq, correct? Iraq or Iran? Let me know. It's been a long week, but a lot of geopolitical attention, and anything can happen over the weekend. So let's take a look at the daily chart. Iran. There we go. Thank you. Iran. So let's take a look at the daily chart. We're going to do a top-down analysis going into tonight. Slow markets as things starting to settle down. As we've seen this weekend, it's not as volatile and things are getting back to normal. We've seen some traders put on some OG slow markets trades. Maybe we could find one tonight. But here's the daily chart in the NASDAQ. We are still just hanging around these lows. And we are in one big consolidation since basically October, right? I mean, you could even argue September. Since September. So we have been range bound for quite some time, and we are hanging around these lows. I was talking to Jay last night saying, man, it just feels like in order for us to break out to the long side, we might see something where we run the lows and then we start to rally. I'd like to see that personally. Give us some opportunities, some buying opportunities on a reversal down here. It might not always happen. You can see back in August where we're doing a lot of consolidation, and then we didn't even run the lows. So that's what I'm thinking might happen. Anything can happen. We must trade what we see. We are hovering right around 25,000, and we are finding buyers right here at 24,700. So buyers are stepping into this market. We zoom into an hourly chart, and all the technicals we are doing now could just maybe thrown out the window because we have inflation data, tariff decision, and everything happening tomorrow. It is Friday, Capital Preservation Friday, starting tonight because it's Friday's price action tonight. And so you don't want to have a good week turn into a bad week by, going on tilts, right? And so looking at this on the hourly chart, not too bad. On the hourly, looking at is this a higher low? We did end up holding. We did end up holding this low right here, and so kind of leaning that we might continue going up and to the right. Overnight, we're up 0.23% already. We're at 24,900. Oh man, I had a long in the NASDAQ, and I closed it at the bell. I posted it on social media. I talked about it. If we get to 700 likes tonight, I'll go in more in depth on this trade. It wasn't a perfect trade. I was in some drawdown. And if we get to 700 likes tonight, I'll review that more in depth. And I'm looking at this price action night. It's like, I holding a runner to maybe retest 25,000 or see if we could break through highs. Is looking very attractive right now. Yeah, Coach Hoop, that's trading. That's the reality. Whenever I post videos or whenever you see videos posted on social media, it's usually just the perfect world where you get in and have zero drawdown and it goes straight to your take profit. Well, that's not the reality, right? So let's zoom into a 5-minute chart, dive more in depth what we're seeing tonight. So we've seen, So I just to summarize, I was getting long down here. I was long 9 minis, even bigger than that, and I really wish I would have had a runner now. Like I said, there's that teaser. 700 likes, and I'll review it. But most of the New York session, we were chopping around this this zone, right? The morning session, we ended up holding this 780s level, and we came down, we tested it twice, and it looks like we came right back up, and we're in the lower 900s. So curious to see if we come back up and test this nice support and resistance level here at basically 29 or 24,950s. Remember, it's a zone. Take everything with a grain of salt, saying, yeah, it's a zone. Am I going to get mad if it's 946 versus 967? No, this is a resistant zone. Markets are in zones, in my point of view. So we came up here. Looks like tonight's high is 935, and we are just grinding higher tonight. Honestly, let's take a look at the gold. Let's take a look at the gold. See if there's any trades. Get to some questions. Get the music going, and continue to take a look at these markets. Man Cave, get to 700 likes, and I'll go over details. I'll go over the details. Here's gold. Let's do a top-down analysis on gold. Once again, I was actually even talking to Coach Hoop before class started about metals are starting to settle down even more. The depth of market still ugly. Look at that. Look at the DOM. The depth of market on gold is still ugly, right? The bid and ask. There's still no liquidity here, so it's still not that great. I mean, you switch to micros and it's a lot better. That's why I'm trading micros. Look how nice and tight that bid and ask is. I just like to see it. And yeah, we're starting to settle down here, right? We had some crazy chaos there for about a good month, 2 months, and it's spoiled us, right, Coach Hoop? It's spoiled us with amazing volatility throughout slow markets. And it is Chinese New Year. They come back on the 23rd. And so we'll see how it's playing. I would like to see. This was a nice trade this week, right? Nice pivot and a push higher. I'm kind of looking for gold to come up and test 5,100. Maybe we get a nice breakout and test 5,100. There's a lot of uncertainty in these markets, and so maybe that could help fuel this rally. We'll see, though. We shall see. Let's zoom into an hourly chart and further break this down. Yeah, this is kind of looking like one big wedge, right? One big wedge where we could connect these highs. I don't know. Use your imagination. Use your imagination. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we're just kind of coiling, right? We're coiling. The volatility's decreasing a little bit, and so a lot of times the wedges they're not perfect. We could get a breakout to either direction. I'm going to lean to the long side because gold has just been rallying, and so I don't mind a test, and my drawings are not the prettiest, but I'm going to lean for a test up here towards these highs. But we'll have to get through as we zoom in, right? As we zoom in, we already have some resistance forming here on this hourly chart, so we're going to have to get through all this. We have to get through all these 30s, these 50 30s, these 50 40s, for a retest of some of these highs and a retest of this 5,100. So it could be a OG overnight slow markets trade, putting like a buy stop up here somewhere and having a stop loss, looking for a take profit. That could be a nice something I'm considering. On the flip side, right? On the flip side, if we do think that gold can sell off and this is just a lower high, right? So this is a lower high. I think gold's going to sell back off. Maybe there's an opportunity to short this thing and come down here and retest these lows. Very neutral, honestly. It sounds very neutral. I am very neutral on both these to an extent, right? So let's get through this. By then, I'd be an ER. Yo, Dakota, why are you such a hater, bro? What am I hating, bro? Am I hating your gold? Do I not think it's going to go up or down? Optim 40. Let's get some music going. And let me know if it's too loud. Let me make sure I got... There we go. I'm scared. Gold will sell. It breaks. Permable on gold. Hey. Scared money don't make no money. As long as your risk is managed, there's no sense to be scared. You got a stop loss, right? Size down. Size down. Hey, Dakota, remember that guy yesterday taking a huge 10R trade? He got what he wanted. Oh, did they? Did they? Let's hear it, man. While we go through that, that reminds me, let's do a hashtag slow markets. Hashtag slow markets. There it is in the YouTube chat. There's the link to my socials. Go ahead and tag me, preferably, and hashtag slow markets. Make it trading related, right? Whether it's a trade, whether it's your trader station, something funny about trading. I don't know. If I like it, I'll show it here on air. But yeah, that trader last night, remind me, please. They were long down here, right? They were long down here. They were long somewhere, and they were going for like a 10-to-1 risk reward, and it paid. It paid. That's what I'm talking. The beauty of slow markets, the beauty of these futures, where you can place trades, just let them run overnight, and just let it play out. Yeah, that printed. Dang, that was beautiful to see. Beautiful to see. I am a trader, so this is my live account. Let's see if there's any trade setups while we get through some. Like I said, submit them, and we'll do hashtag slow markets. The sooner you submit them, the better it is. I get a lot of traders submitting hashtag slow markets at the end of class. I'm like, I would love to share, but I mean, it's a little too late. A little too late. What is this? Interesting. Don't spam me in tags. No spamming. I don't like spam. All right, gold. Where we at? Top of the hour in about 15-17 minutes. Remember, Chinese New Year. It's a holiday, so I'm not expecting crazy volatility, but it looks like we've got some. We did get some tonight, right? We got that nice rally up to 50.33, 280 ticks, and then right back down. So there's been some volatility tonight. Yeah, that 10-to-1 trade review just printed. Yeah, we were just talking about it a moment ago. It was pretty. Hey, told you, trades just work sometimes. That was a beautiful setup. Sabby, what happened to my eye? I boxing. When I'm not trading, I've been boxing, and boxing is a contact sport. You get hit sometimes. Richard, you're short the ES. You're short the ES. I'm watching the gold right here. Gold's up 0.36. Let's take a look at the rest of these markets. I'm pulling up my watch list. If you guys missed it during fast markets, Coach Jack, that's on air during fast markets. We coined Tech 9 because Walmart is now in the NASDAQ tech company, right? And so we have the Tech 9. We got Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tesla, and Walmart. Right? Walmart, Broadcom. So we got the top 10 tech stocks, or top 9 tech stocks. So Tech 9. Got to stop blocking with your face. Hey, sometimes you zig when you should have zagged, and you just get popped. Just boom. It's like trading, right? You place a trade, you can't win 100% of the time. Eventually, you're gonna take a loss. Same with boxing, and especially when you're boxing someone that is on a much higher level skill set than you. You learn from them. When you meet someone that's a better trader than you, learn from them. Much respect. Appreciate you. Sabby Edge. Rips. I don't know if this is a real selling grips. Dakota, huge fan. Quick question. What do you think about the metals momentum lately? And do you think the NASDAQ and Tom Don would be upset if you stole your LC in Vegas? Hey, it was not all of them. All right. There was one left. I'm not going to go too deep. Are you liking this metals volatility, Rips? It's slowed down a little bit due to the Chinese New Year and with things settling down, but we've definitely been spoiled. We really have. Love you too, Rips. Hopefully I could make some time to get down to Vegas sooner rather than later. I've been wanting to go since like December, and it's just one thing after another, and it's like I haven't even like left the city that I'm in. Red day every day. Took my first Topstep payout Only 1,000, not large. Hey, doesn't matter whether it's $1,000, $500, $5,000. A payout is a payout. Once that money hits your bank account, it's real, right? It's real. All right, we're getting some good hashtag slow markets. I'll review them. Like I said, I review all the hashtag slow markets a few times each night. Submit them. I'll like them. I'll screenshot it. Go over. I'm already seeing a few decent submissions. Remember, keep it appropriate. Keep it good. My first payout was 480. Hey, it does spend. Loving the trader love. Hey, I will always respect any trader, right? Any trader who's like putting in the time, the effort, the transparency. Real traders trading live. And Rips is a hell of a trader. Trust me, he's a really good trader. No number for me yet. I'm in the trading. ES should drop a little in NQ. I'm watching gold here. We're up a little bit. And the only big mover I see overnight right now, we got Google up 0.8. Most of the Tech 9 stocks slightly up. Slightly up. Intel's been getting hammered though. Intel's down to 44.5 in share. I'm starting to get a little more interested in that. The dollar has been rallying lately. DX. Silver's up 0.7. We're watching gold right here. Bitcoin still struggling. Bitcoin's at spot 67,200. So Bitcoin's still struggling. Wonder how Michael Saylor's doing. Did he put the micro back in micro strategies? Maybe they will. You like Campbell soup? Campbell soup? Maybe. No more Campbell soup for me, all right? Last time I had soup, it was on the stove. It's just, hey, I made a mistake. I grew up cooking soup on a can, like in a can, on the stove. It doesn't dirty the dishes. It does not dirty the dishes. All right, one more time. I'll post the link again in about 10 minutes. But top of the hour coming in 10 minutes. We haven't been seeing the volatility spike once again because of that Chinese New Year. We do have data tomorrow, right? Inflation data tomorrow. Tariff decision possibly if they don't push that down the road, and the geopolitical tension that you guys have been seeing. Yeah, that 10-to-1 trade last night was pretty good. Let's see silver too. You wanna see silver? We'll see silver. The depth of the market's still ugly. Yeah, we'll pull up a silver chart here. There's silver. This is the mini. The depth of the market is so ugly. Like, look at that. There's just nothing. There's just nothing in the book. It's just, yeah. And look how it's not as volatile as it used to be. So, sometimes you don't know what you had until it's over. And that's this silver market right here. But let's zoom out and take a look. I'm sure it's very similar to gold, right? Kind of. First thing, just taking a look at this. Maybe we get some type of wedging formation here. We're kind of bumping up against this. If silver does break out, maybe we come up in the first area, maybe test these 84s. I'm not sure. We do have those silver nanos, right? That hasn't been as great as it was supposed to be, but we'll see. I'm still gonna wait for silver to settle down, and I might come back to silver if it stabilizes a little better. Let's take a look at the micros, actually. Micros, yeah, micros not doing any better, right? See, there's the micros, 1s and 2s, bid in the ask. Then we compare that to the gold. It's a little, they're still not the best, right? You can gold's a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see as things start to shake out next week. I think we'll be in a good spot. Be in a good spot. We'll take a look at some of those OG trades. Can customize the DOM like yours after? You could customize it whenever you want here on. I don't even remember how I have mine customized, to be honest. We need 480 likes. Yeah, if we get to 700 likes, I said I will review more in depth about my big trade I had. And if you don't know what it is, it was like a $7,500 single trade. And now I wasn't in profit the entire time. That one was, it was like a battle back and forth where, you know, I took some contracts off, got some drawdown, end of day rally. I was able to finish taking the rest of my profits. I was in like total, like, I don't know, I think it was like 10, 15. It was an hour and a half trade, I think. Hour and a half trade, and max size I was like 15 minis, maybe 14. I don't know. I did not hit the like. Mom's Richard, rice to tacos. Yeah, 1400. You should see the other guy. I'd like to say that, but I respect the other guy too much, and I would not say that. Nope. I got the worst of it. Buyers keep buying silver at 78 on the nose. Well, we'll see if gold can hold up here. See if gold can make a higher low. We're trying to make these higher lows. See if we get another push higher. What happened? I don't know. What time did you enter the trade? You know, like I said, if we get 700 likes, I'll review that trade more in depth. Let's take a look at some OG power. Let's slow market trades. And what I do is I'll do the hourly chart on the right, and I'll do the 5-minute chart. Okay, hourly chart on the left, 5-minute chart on the right. And let's see this. Man, I am liking these longs in gold. Am I liking them too much is the question. Kind of holding the support here. Kind of holding that support. I'm going to take this. It's 1 micro. It's not going to let me in. All right, come on. There we go. Oh, I got to switch it to ticks. Whenever I trade gold, the metal gold, I like the ticks. All right, let's get back to the trading mindset. Let's zoom in. This is not an overnight trade. This is actually let's see if we could break through this into those 20s. Top of the hour in about 5 minutes. But let's see if we could find some buyers here. Remember, Topstep risk disclosure in the YouTube chat. Definitely not financial advice. Man, we're getting some good slow market submissions. Some good hashtag slow markets. Gotta like them all. Don't worry, I'll heart it on the ones that I'm watching. That way, you know if I'm gonna share yours on air. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Man, look at that, Jane. You know what? I'm going to share yours. I'm going to share yours, Jane. While we're seeing this gold. Look at this. Let's go gold. Get on up there. I always have to share the love. Share the love. There we go. Dakota, I've got the best slow market post coming in the near future. Be ready. All right. All right. I'm ready. We gotta get this gold to start rallying for me. Are shorts in play on gold and micro silver? I don't know. Depends on your time frame. What are you looking at? I'm long right now. It's not financial advice. I take losses just as much as anybody here. Everyone's still asking about my eye. Everyone's still asking about my eye. Once again, I'm a boxer. When I'm not trading, I've been boxing. You get punched in the face boxing. But if you have not submitted your hashtag slow markets, you're new, you're coming in, because we get traders, cycling in, not joining a little bit late. There's the socials and the YouTube chat. When I'm not on air, I try and update. I try and update my socials. I got some pretty good stuff. I've been trying to do it, and when we get to 700 likes, I'll review a pretty big trade that I had. I can only do so much. All right. Frozen peas are good for the black eye. Yeah, they're good for your stomach too. Ben Hill La Dude says, you haven't gotten a follow back. If I would follow everyone back, that'd be way too much. It'd be way too much. Gold right at that 5,000 level. Yeah, that's the one thing that's making me a little bit nervous. I know 5,000, big round number. I mean, we bounced off of it, right? Today, during the New York session, we bounced off it, and we're trying to make these higher lows. So the only thing that's making me nervous is it's that big round number. Gold could easily sell off and come down and retest it. Top of the hour in about a minute and a half. Soldier, who do you think the best boxer in the world is? My favorite boxer growing up was Roy Jones Jr. But that feels, I think, current active. We just seen him fight. I just seen him fight a couple weekends ago. Boring fighting style, but gets the job done. Sophie's Kimbo slice. Yeah, you know it. No, not Crawford. Stevenson. Crawford's inactive, right? Stevenson's my favorite active. Butterbean. Butterbean's a good example of you don't have to look good to box good. Well, yeah, this true boxing, right? It's a boring style. It's not flashy. You don't get non-boxers watching and it being entertaining. This long is a good trade, even if we lose. I love it. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're on board. I'm glad you're on board and love it and like it. See if we get some buyers here in gold. You might like it. I'm not liking it too much. I've considered moving my stop loss down here, but if we break this pivot, I think we just fall all the way down to 5,000. Okay, top of the hour. Not seeing much. Not seeing much. And chat's saying go for long. That's making me a little nervous on this long trade. Because if chat's liking the long, it might not be too good for my long. If they say this. Yeah. I think I might just cut this for minus 50. Yeah, I'm going to cut this for minus. Oh, I got out just in time. I got out just in time. I'll get back in if we end up holding. It would have nailed my stop loss. If we hold, I'll get back in. Go for long. No. I think longs for settlement. Settlement. What market are you referring to? Gold's up 0.35. So if we're going for settlement, you know, gold would have to sell off. Someone's short gold. My stop was hit. I got out right before that little flush. Now we're holding. Now we're holding. If so, that was a sweep. It's starting to look like it. So I'm going to get back in here. Oh, it's going to go without me now. Okay, okay. Here we go. Same trade. Same trade. See if we get this breakout to the long side. And this is one where I'm going to want to scale in. We just got duped. Yeah, this is one where I'm going to want to scale in if it starts to go in our favor. I say our, I mean mine, right? Because there's a risk disclosure. It's not a signals class. It's not like, hey, we're all getting logged. No, it's nothing like that. This is my process. You follow your own process. All right, let's see if we can get it here, gold. Okay. There we go. I'm liking this. Into those 20s. Into the 20s. Let's see if it'll allow me to take one for profit. Someone says, there goes silver. Yeah, my stop loss was a better entry. My stop loss was right here at 511. Yeah. All right, we got to break out into these 20s. All right, come on. Hey, you know, that's not a bad idea, Big Smoke says. I usually just watch along trading my practice account. That is an amazing idea, right? You're watching someone, trying to understand, you know, how they trade, try and learn something. You do it alongside with them in a practice account and try and get better. All right, let's get a breakout through these 20s. I'm going to look for right around 22 to take for. I'm in 2 contracts, so I have that luxury of taking profit for one and then trailing the second contract. All right, buyers, where are you at? Let's not dupe us to the long side, too. Let's get a good momentum trade. Let's get it. That 5-minute chart looks pretty good. The beauty of micros. Yep, Coach Hoop. The beauty of micros. If only the stop was a little bit wider. That's all right. Little scratch here. All right, 22s. Okay, I'm gonna take one off right there. Oh no, not like this. Not like this. We tried to slap the ask and it moved. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's get through these 20s now. So we're up $15. Someone says crude oil. We're watching gold. We're watching gold first. We're getting a little bit of movement here. I do have to change this music. Vamos. All right. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Let's see if we get this. We're going. Crude's probably headed to 68. How many micros do I trade to start with? Well, you see, I just won and I scaled into my second contract. And remember, if we get to 700 likes tonight, I will review that bigger trade I had during the New York session. I posted on my socials, but I mean, I could review it more in depth here live and answer questions. Better than like a 2-3 minute video. All right, the only thing is there was a little bit of resistance right here at these 25s that we're kind of hesitating on. All right, we're kind of hesitating right there. Let's see if we can actually get through them. Well, yeah, it's kind of what I was worried about, right? Looking at that resistance. And let's just lock in some profits. Guaranteed profit on this trade. Even after that loss, right? Even after that loss. Iran news has it propped up right now. If that goes away, $3 break incoming, but big. Talking about crude oil. Retested Tokyo low. The Tokyo low. Thank you. We're in this trade. Yep. All right. We got that breakout. We didn't get too much follow through. Silver got you out of drawdown. Nice. Oh, there's crude oil. Crude's at 66.81. It's up 0.6%. Well, so far, one loss, one winner, and we're green. So 50-50, 1-1, one winner, one loser, 50% win rate tonight, and we're green. That's what having a better than a 1-1 risk reward could do ya. It's not like that 10-1 trader last night who just cooked in gold. Is my stop loss too tight? Am I choking the trade? I have it just below this level of support. I'm debating whether this might move my stop loss a little too soon. $7. $7. We got $7 out of this. $7. Come on, let's get to the 700 likes, and then I can review that good trade. Make me feel better. Hey, I got my money back. All right, one win, one loss, and we're still up $7 minus commissions. I got Starbucks, right? McDonald's. That'll get me a grande latte. That was not a latte money. Arby's roast beef. Sophism, you know my sweet spot. That is my go-to late night. Just get me some Arby's roast beef. You know, it's not too greasy. A Snickers bar. Yeah, I can get that Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Come on, let's get to that sonar. Like, hey, next, move on to the next. It had the potential. It had potential. It was a trade. You don't win them all. But 1-1, not too bad. No, I can't even afford Panda Express. Yeah, I love the Arby's. You back Canelo? Hey, I like Canelo. Hey, but right decision. I cut my loss short. We rallied, we popped. Hey, we had a chance to have a runner if this thing wanted to go, which we know how when gold goes, it goes. And we just rejected. So I'm happy. I'm happy with the results so far. We're starting to see some volatility in gold. I'm liking it. Maybe there's another opportunity to, for another trade. Let's take a look. What's going on in the equities? Ooh, maybe a double top. We could start to break through that. That's question mark. We do have big news tomorrow with inflation, maybe tariffs like I was talking about, and beef and cheddar. I don't know. I can't afford the beef and cheddar. I just get the get plain. I'm nothing. Just absolutely just whatever the basic is. Sandwich only. No, I can't even afford the meal with the $7. We're at 400 likes. That's it so far. I didn't even have to shadow box last night. Put that out there. last night, hey, if you tuned in, and I don't know why someone was wanting to watch me shadow box on a chair. I'm sitting on a chair. This camera can't allow me to stand up. I'll take bread and water. Bread and water with I could get like fancy water. A loaf of bread. Does that get a loaf of bread? Is that $7 for a loaf of bread and like bottled water? I don't know. It's better than a $50 loss. That's the real thing. You missed it yesterday. I didn't shadow box. Didn't get to the light goal. Some granite. Oh, that would be the best bread, Mandy. I have some of that. Frozen peas for the eye. Hey, my eye is healing. You can see it. And this isn't even that's the true color. I don't have any filters on this camera. I should record my sparring sessions. I will only record or post as long as my sparring partner, right? I have to, once again, I respect my sparring partner, and if they're getting ready for a fight, I'm not gonna record or post it without their permission. Here's the sell-off. Can we see 5,000 here tonight in gold? Here, gee. Don't do frozen veggies. Hey, I do frozen peas, all right? So we're getting plenty of volatility tonight. So that big rejection. Let's go through a couple of hashtag slow markets, and I'll kind of give some good examples if you're new here of what I like to see in hashtag slow markets. Look at this. I've been watching you for the past 2 weeks. Just started my trading combine today. I'm up $200 on 2 wins shorting gold today. Thank you for all your help. Love it. Love to see this. Love to hear that. That's what slow markets is all about. Precision. Took a overnight trade last night, and it paid crazy trade. And it paid crazy. Yeah, was this the 10-to-1 trade? Was this you? Yeah. I think this is you. Man, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Great work. Absolutely great work. And one more. Remember, I'm still going to go through them. You have time to submit. Hashtag slow markets. 1 month streak inspired. I shared this. I love seeing this on a winning streak. You got your statistics over there on the right hand side, and looking good. Remember, there will come. You're gonna have losing days sometimes. Just beware when those losing days do come. They're managed. Having a daily loss limit is extremely important. Winning streaks are nice, but it happens. Yeah, 10-to-1 RR is tops. Is beautiful. Yeah, the black eye is now a little greenish yellow. So we came down to these 011s, 012s and rejecting off that. Remember, I'm still looking. If you haven't submitted it, I'll review it. I'll keep reviewing it. Oh, here's NASDAQ. Getting a bit of a sell-off to NASDAQ. And that's a consistent one. We break this pivot here at these 890s. I can see a push back down towards settlement. Let's see, where do we open up tonight? We did open up tonight right around these 830s. There is a possibility we come down and get down there. So we're up 0.12. Let's see. So that wouldn't be too crazy. I'm not going to just sell now and, chase this. But I mean, I speak it into existence, right? I was talking about that double top here, and if we get that sell-off, sure enough, that's what it is. I'm not going to hold a trade overnight just because we have inflation tomorrow and the tariff, and it's Friday, and it's a short week. This is a short week. Remember, this was we had holiday was Monday, and it's Chinese New Year. And look at the sell-off continue there in the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at gold. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Look at the rest. What else is moving? How's the Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's still flat, 67,200. I've been kind of watching the dollar a little bit, and the dollar has been strengthening. I'll tell you what I'm watching. It's just the US dollar. It's at 97.90 from what I see, but we were at 95. It's starting to get stronger, but we're still seeing these metals hold up pretty well. Interesting. I don't trade it. Doesn't mean anything to me. No, but I find it interesting. I like to watch markets. I'm a nerd. All right, gold's still chilling here. Gold chilling. We're holding it up. I mean, that V shape, I'm happy to get out with $7 on that thing. Let's just say that. So happy there. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ again, one more time. What do you think happens to Bitcoin price if MicroStrategy is forced to sell? Well, if MicroStrategy gets liquidated, then the price of Bitcoin most likely will be going down. That's usually what happens. What kind of price levels would you expect? I don't know. What's their liquidation price? Let's pull up the Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin trader, but I mean, a market's a market, right? We zoom out on the daily, and let's talk Bitcoin, whatever. This could be any market in the world. The basic price structure market, a market, right? So we had this big breakdown, right? Pretty clean price action. Big sell-off. This level, what is this level? 60,000. You can see where we found some buyers. So I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a rally back up and test 80,000. Right? This was a big, strong level of support. It was also a big, strong level of resistance. And so it would not be surprising if we see a rally and go retest that level. This was 80,000. But let's just do that hypothetical where if MicroStrategy or strategy, they don't have the micro, they drop that. I think they should add it on after we're seeing what Bitcoin's doing. But if a company is forced to liquidate their position, and this is usually with any market, right? We would see a drop. We'd see a major sell-off. It depends on how big of a position it is relative to the entire market, right? Typically, a stock has a market cap, and it's like, oh, how many shares are outstanding, and talking about how many shares are going to be liquidated. Bitcoin, I don't know. It's not centralized. I don't have any idea of how much Bitcoin the company owns. I don't know how much is available. I don't know a lot of that. So all I could make is one assumption, and that's if they liquidate, we're going to see a very violent sell-off, right? Almost like a big flush, and then maybe a little bit of a recovery. But there's probably a ton of orders. And who knows how leveraged everyone is in Bitcoin anymore. And who knows if they could stop it, right? Who knows? Is there going to be enough buyers in Bitcoin to be on the opposite side of that liquidation? Like, where's his liquidation going to be? Let's say he gets liquidated at 60,000. You get liquidated at market, right? A liquidation event is a market selling event. You can't just sit there and put a sell limit order hoping to get out. It's going to be a very violent process. And so you just have to take what buyers you could find. And who knows if there's enough buyers to buy it all up on that liquidation. It's a scary thing to think of. And you've seen you could imagine the people that get liquidated on these sell-offs, right? We talk about a short squeeze. Well, what's the opposite of a short squeeze, right? That's what we see on these big sell-offs. A short squeeze is when the market's going up and everyone who's short is forced to buy to cover their short position, and that in turn leads the market higher. Well, this is the exact opposite, right? Buyers just getting liquidated. Hopefully it doesn't, right? Honestly, I don't want to see anyone just get destroyed like that. But I don't want to. I don't sound like a mean guy or a bad person, but what do you expect when you have all your eggs in one basket? It's like, I'm going all in on this one instrument, and in hopes that this instrument's not going to go past my liquidation price. It's just insane to me when I see stuff like that. Why is it liquidating? I don't know. That was a hypothetical that someone asked in chat. Now, I'm not the best at knowing that stuff. I'm sure there's someone watching that knows more about the Bitcoin and that situation than I do. Go try and hold up here. Trying to hold up there. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying some of it, right? It's like, yeah, I had a Ethereum play. It was just a scalp. It was based pure on technical. It was a swing trade. My bad. It was a swing trade. I bought, what was it? Like Bitmine, because technically I believed Ethereum could catch a bid for the swing trade. It worked. I got out. It had nothing to do with fundamentals or holding it for longer than a couple weeks. Especially when that one instrument, I want to say utterly useless, but extremely volatile, right? And unregulated. Extremely volatile and unregulated, and you're putting all your eggs in one basket. It's a scary thought. Yeah, Coach Jay is on a trip. He said he's going to Mexico, and he's okay. Much needed time off, that's for sure. XRP went up a decent amount from beginning a couple cents. What about the fake news like possible liquidation to grab liquidity and return its strength holdings with a Bitcoin DCA? I don't know. There's some crazy stuff that goes on in these markets. A lot of coins looking like they may bottom. Might be worse if you sell your house to buy Bitcoin, or you take a loan out to buy Bitcoin, right? What is your real name? Rob Trades Gold says. My real name is Dakota. Yeah, you know what? I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. Watch. My real name is Dakota. Why do you think it's not? Why do you think it's not? I'll show you. Here you go. It'd be pretty funny if it wasn't. It'd be pretty funny if it wasn't. Here you go. October 18th, 2014. I got my Series 3. I also have my Series 30. I went through, took a test. National Futures Association, the NFA. There's my Series 3. There it is. Got that. DBA Concepts. Yeah. What is this Series 30? Well, you got Series 3 is really all you need. I got the Series 30 because I just wanted it. I'm studying for the Series 3. There's also a Series 30, and I got that the same week. Yeah. It's just a Series 30. It's NFA branch manager examination. And so it goes more in depth about the regulations, the rules and regulations. Yeah, there's a lot of rules and regulations when it comes to these tests. I think that was the majority of it. Understanding CFTC rules, regulations, NFA rules and regulations. It's not as crazy as like the Series 7, right, Coach Hoop, or the Series 6, but it's very nice to have. Does it help me in my trading? No. I will 100% say the Series 3 has neither improved or reduced how well I trade, but it's great market knowledge in this prop firm industry, which is always changing, right? Being that I have a community that I'm trying my best to help and improve and get traders from point A to point B and hopefully find some success, I think it's only fair that I demonstrate, a certain level of knowledge when it comes to these things, right? And that's where that mindset and that thought was. And there's a lot of people here at Topstep that it was like, yeah, let's all get it, right? A lot of people you see here on Topstep went through that same process getting the Series 3. Coach Jay got his, and I mean, that's why I'm here, and I've really enjoyed my time here at Topstep, leading the industry, finding ways to improve and make it better. Oh yeah, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody here. Fundamental knowledge, market workings, and structure process. Mostly the rules and regulations, right? How many questions? I can't remember. You could Google it, right? Google it. I got 100%. I got 100%. Didn't even fail one question. I'm just kidding. It just says pass or fail. It doesn't give a percentage. So I believe in my... So I just say I got 100% because it just says pass or fail. We're just chilling here. Like, there's not really much going on on this Friday night. On this Friday night, we are just chilling. Let's make sure. Get through a couple more hashtag. Oh, look. Yeah, Coach Hoop, I'll share this, right? Let's make sure I share the right thing. As a reminder, if you didn't know already, I know it does say it on Topstep's website of that discount code. There you go. Thursday. It's Thursday night. It's Friday's price action. Hey, at night it's slow markets. I technically call this Friday because it's Friday's price action, right? We're trading the Asian session. It's Friday. Yeah, I know. It's just a habit of mine. It's not Friday night. If I said Friday night, I'm wrong. Yeah, it might be Friday for you. Remember, Topstep's International. We have traders from around the world. If we get to those 700 likes, we got 30 minutes left. Remember, 700 likes. I will review that trade more in depth, and I think that's probably a good thing. Yeah, I'll give it. I think you'll like it. I'll think you like that one. Like I said, it was a decent sized trade. I was in right around 13 minis total size, and I'm like, oh, I need to record this. So I started recording. I was in drawdown, and I think I started recording when I had like 9 minis still, but I was in drawdown. And drawdown, it was like, I don't know. You'll have to go through and watch that video, but like the unrealized P&L, I was like negative $5,000 or $6,000, and then the end of day rally allowed me to get out for some more profit. But I'll break it down here more in depth if we get to that 700 like goal. We got another hashtag slow markets. Here you go, TJ. Like this one, got three good solid monitors. 3 good solid monitors. Like it. Trader station, trader setup. Every trader gotta be proud of it. Gotta be proud of it. Got 2 keyboards. It looks like you got a Windows and then an Apple. Nice. Um, 700 likes, not 500. Did I say 500? The goal is always 700, unless I'm feeling nice, or if you guys really want something from me. And if you really want something, make it a little bit more difficult, right? Because not everything is the same. It's a market. It's a market like anything else. You want something a little more valuable? Take a little more likes. Let's look at gold, bottom of the hour. Buyers are starting to step in here, bouncing right off that trend line. All right, do we push right back up? Anybody in a long gold? That trend line working out pretty well. Yeah, I got the market makers did this to me. Those markets. Hey, sometimes I'd rather have a black eye than hit a daily loss limit. I'd rather have a black eye than hit my daily loss limit in my personal account for sure. Give me a black eye. That's worth 15K. They keep selling rallies on the gold. Yeah, they have been. Yeah, you can see each one of these rallies have had a pretty decent sell. I've sold off. Billy, what kind of a comment is that? I'm gonna remove that one. Isn't it the same thing? Isn't what the same thing? M&Q on a rip up. Gold's catching a bid here. Gold's catching a bid right at that bottom of the hour. Buyers are stepping in here. Yeah, we held the session low. We held that nice trend line. Higher lows, higher lows. I joke around, but technicals, simplicity. There's beauty in simplicity. We continue to make higher lows here. Beauty and simplicity. Absolutely. The question is, can you execute, right? Do you have a process to execute that? Let's see. 50-20s. Let's see if we could... I don't want to sell this. Not a joke. DBA Concepts is the best. Yeah, you know, it's not... I joke because of all the other concepts and everyone selling this and selling that and renaming this and renaming that. But the true is just keeping it simple. It's true. Simplicity and clarity in trading, to be able to execute on something simple over and over again, consistent and managing risk. That is the best thing for me. For traders in general, not only in trading, but in any other sport, as you can imagine, right? Fundamentals, the simple stuff. Do the simple stuff. If you do those good, everything else will follow, right? That's what I absolutely love. Just keep it simple. We're human. We like to overcomplicate everything, and that's where it gets us, right? Look, someone just said, careful, these rallies are getting sold in gold. Sure enough. Sellers stepping right back in here. Coach D, this is the first time I've caught your stream since it's usually night here in Austria when you're live. Just want to say hi and have big respect for you. For a trader and as a person, appreciate you. Glad you're able to catch it. Remember, everything's recorded. It's nice, but always love to see traders, you know, whether you're awake, whether you're traveling, have time to come in and say hi. Come in and say hi during the live. Sometimes it's slow. We're gonna hang out, talk, have conversation. It's Chinese New Year, so the markets are a little bit slower. We have big data tomorrow. It's Friday nights, or it's Thursday night, Friday's price action. So we get to have a little bit more of a relaxed stream. I still have that 700 like goal. I can review that big trade. Victor, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Oh yeah. Yeah, the same thing. I talk about boxing, right? Watch Shakur Stevenson at the highest level, like run to the highest levels. He won that fight. How? His jab, right? One of the most basic punches in boxing. Just nice jab. Just jab. And then defense, right? Focus on one thing and then risk management. Do one thing really, really good. Manage your risk. Manage your risk. The wieners. We got practice the winners. The winners. We paid off our debt last time, Coach. Let's get a discount today. 680 likes. You did pay off the debt. You know what? Fair enough, Orchards. Fair enough. But it wasn't my fault you guys didn't get to the 700 likes fast enough. But you did get 20 extra, so why not? We'll do 680 just for you. Do I like other sports? Yeah, I played basketball and football. Boxing is the one that I've absolutely loved outside of trading. Boxing is the most difficult one that I found. And I've golfed, yeah, Coach Hoop. I was on the high school golf team. I got kicked off the high school golf team. You guys aren't ready for that story. You guys are not ready for that story. And I probably have to get approval to tell it. I was on the high school golf team and got kicked off of it. That's all I'm going to leave you with. Oh, man. Guess what's coming soon? My little dudes, the next VIP. Nice. How many likes for that one? It's not. I have to get approval to tell that story. Yeah, no, I just use your imagination, I guess. Full contact. Yeah. No. Some Bob Barker type stuff. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I have to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I brought it up. Yeah, just imagine Happy Gilmore and, you know, Bob Barker level stuff, I guess. It's not like that one, no. Yeah, maybe I post it on social media, right? Yeah, there's the little. I gotta get smooth with it. Those plugs. I'm an influencer now, so I gotta be smooth with it. Yeah. What's my routine after a losing day? Do I like to take a run or a cold shower or something? It's the same for a winning day. I used to get really stressed out after a losing day. I'd be so upset and mad at myself. I had a lot of negative and self-negative talk, right? But now it's like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm going to go spar today. I'm going to go hit the heavy bag. And I treat my losing days the same way I treat my winning days. Of course, the winning days, it feels better. No, 700 likes, you still don't get the golf story. The golf story, I need approval for. I don't want to, of course, I'm not going to mention it on stream. The internet's forever. Hey, you know what they say, you know, if you can't hit the golf ball past the women's tee box, you got to play the rest of the hole with your pants down. That's typical, right? But that wasn't going to get me kicked off. Golf story is for X After Dark. Go on, we get that 700 likes. Now I'm going to review that trade. We got 20 minutes left. These markets are just as slow as it gets. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ starting to catch a little bit of a bid. The equity's still kind of they're just sideways. They're slow. Nothing's really moving tonight. I'm happy to end tonight, honestly, with plus $7. That's $7. But how did you fix that? Because I'm still at the point where I feel stressed out and beat. If you feel stressed out and beat after a losing day, do you have a daily loss limit that's too big, right? Make sure you have a daily loss limit that you could handle. Like if you have a $2,000 day loss limit and you get stressed out if you lose $2,000, then that day loss limit's probably too big. If you have a $200 daily loss limit, you know, that's a lot easier to handle. But you definitely should have something outside of trading to help with your psychology. I mean this coming from going through it a few times, right? Your psychology is more important than anything else. Of course, I'm not going to say, oh, you should go to a psychiatrist, right? Or you need someone to talk to, but you definitely should have some type of healthy outlet, some type of healthy routine, right? Your discipline, healthy lifestyle, everything starts before you open the charts. And after you're done trading, you know, have a good routine. Take care of yourself physically, mentally. That's helped me a lot. You feel good, look good. Yeah, look good, feel good. I took a $200 loss. That's fine. I'm going to go for a run. That's a whole lot better than eating a tub of ice cream or just going to your bed and sleeping. Yeah. Have those healthy outlets for sure. 100%. I had some bad outlets. One of them was just bad eating healthy or eating unhealthy, beating myself up mentally. Yeah, eat clean. Have you always traded futures or have you traded something else? So I started in penny stocks, and then options, and then penny stocks, right? Options, futures. But I'm primarily an options trader. I've started getting more and more into futures. I've went through the whole process, the prop firm process, becoming a better day trader. I've learned a lot here over the past 2-3 years. Who beat me up? The NASDAQ, your daily podcast, AI. I'm always good. I actually hit the gym right after. Right? Just back to work. It doesn't matter. You know what? You take a daily loss limit. No one cares. You move on and you work. You get better and go back the next day. You know, I get punched in the face and get a black eye. I was back at the gym working on my footwork. I'm not gonna let that one happen again. I'm not gonna. Hey, you punched me in the face once. Give me a black eye. Next time, oh yeah, you're getting it. You're getting it. That's not. I don't want that one happening again. That's all you could do, right? Not sit there and wallow in self-pity. My knowledge of options are very limited, man. That's nothing wrong with that. We're futures traders. Futures are more direct. When you get enough, you'll learn not to stand still. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, never give up. Keep those hands up. Never give up. Same with trading. That's why I really loved prop firms so much, is because it gives us a much safer environment to practice in. And it's easier to take a loss. Easier to take a loss in a simulated account than a personal account. If you lose $1,000 in a prop firm account, you know, you're out whatever that combine costs you, or whatever you're in. If you lose $1,000 in your personal account, that's $1,000 just straight out of your pocket. GC's not moving. Yeah, it's not. We've had a little bit. NASDAQ's not moving as well. Remember, 700 likes, and let's just review it. You know what? I'm gonna do that same thing I did the other night. Traders, it's a slow night tonight. Let's get to it. If you get to the 700 likes, I will review. I'm gonna pivot right here. I'm gonna get short the NASDAQ. I'm getting short this NASDAQ. I'm getting to short this NASDAQ. Let's get to that 700 likes, chat. I'm gonna short for a breakdown and maybe a retest of these 70s. Let's get it. And just small size. I like a break through these 80s though. See if we get a push down to 870s. You see there was some nice level of support or resistance support. We do break through this. That Arby's orders in jeopardy. I need the meal. All right, I'm hungry. I didn't need that $7. I'm going for the entire meal. We got the roast beef meal here. If we could get it. Come on, get this. Yeah, we still have that 700 likes up for grabs. Sell NASDAQ now. Yeah, here we are. Woo, here we go. We're going for that Arby's meal and not just the sandwich. I might even get a slider or two. Let's let this trade play out first. Okay, you don't want to count it for it's over. But I'm liking it. Here we go. Oh man, maybe this thing starts flushing. Maybe I get a steak dinner. Can we get a steak dinner here? I don't know. What's my net NQ short target? I'm going to see if we get down here to these lower 70s. It's a zone, this level. If we could break through these 80s, maybe settlement. You can see where we open down here at these 830s. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there, we got that Arby's meal now. I got the 80s. Let's see if we get through the 70s, through to the 70s. Okay. Okay. Nice trade. I gotta switch it to points because when I trade NASDAQ, I'm in the points. Dang, man, nice 10-point trade here. Let's see if we get this. Get some follow through into these 70s. Yeah, hey, this is better than just sitting here waiting for you guys to get to the 700 likes. I'm getting spoiled tonight. Hey, not yet. Oh, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. We got a good trade going. We can supersize it. We get a half meal, or we can get the roast beef, double roast beef meal now. Come on. Why points versus ticks? It's easy for me to calculate and adjust, right? Oh, there we go. There we go. Into the 70s. Oh, man. Do we got a steak dinner on the line? Dude, can we get a steak dinner? It is a little late. A little late. Fancy French restaurant, Bruno. Now making me hungry. If this starts to rally, I gotta get all worked up for nothing. We might have to let this one run while I do the analysis on that bigger trade. I said 680 likes. 680, not 700. We could go to 680 because I gave you guys a discount. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Starting to look like Batman. Come on. We got to get it. I'm not going. I got all excited. All right, let's review. Keep an eye on this trade for me. Keep an eye on this trade. We'll keep an eye on this trade. I'm gonna review the bigger trade that I had because I'm sure we could get to those 680 likes. I'm sure we could get to those 680 likes, but I'm gonna review this trade that I had. I posted it on social media. And I'm gonna review it. So this is the hourly chart. An hourly chart here. Make sure I get every. No. Yes, hourly chart. I'm gonna do it on the NASDAQ. Make sure everything's accurate. And you keep an eye up there. Don't worry, I'm watching it too. Okay, here it is. Hourly chart. Because we got to 680 likes, right? We got to get there. I trust. In slow markets, I trust. Big level of support. Right here that we made. It's a decent level of support, actually. What I was looking for was a higher low, higher low. We ended up breaking down, but it wasn't really that complicated, to be honest. So here's the New York session. As you can see, New York session. We came down. We tested 760s. So right there, we tested, I'll do this. 760s, which we rejected. You see we rejected that on the 18th as well. We rejected it again. We rallied all the way up to these 930s. And we tested, at the time, that was settlement. So if we zoom in, into a 5-minute chart, you can see that. This was the New York session. There's that low. There's the rejection. And we rallied all the way. This was settlement. We tested settlement not once, but twice. and we were consolidating here. That was during the morning fast markets, right? Throughout the rest of the day, we sold off. We held this one, rallied up, hit 900, but we came back down. This is where I entered long. This is where I got in long. So what I liked is we held this low, but I like this more. This is what really I like. The fact that we ran down, we did not break down, we rejected, and I got in on the way up. So I think my entry price was like, I don't know, somewhere right here. I got in long. I built a position. I was in like 13 minis. I was in 13 minis long. I scaled out of some of them. I got out of some of them up here at these 40s. And my ultimate target was going to be these these 890s. However, unfortunately, the market sold off right back down. I was in drawdown. I was down like $7,000 unrealized after I locked in 3,000 here, but then unrealized I was back down like about I dare say 8,000 at the worst. My stop loss is down here, and then the end of the day came. We had a nice push rally, consolidated. This is like, I'm just gonna record this, win or lose, and sure enough, we got that end of day rally. I ended up scaling out, and I even got some out at like these 50s, I believe. But that end of day rally was like, okay, nice. I did post like a 2-minute video on my social media breaking it down just a little bit, and you could watch it, right? I try. It's very difficult to provide commentary at the exact same time, because I try and provide commentary live when I'm recording it, and it's kind of hard. I'm not good enough yet at recording something and then just like recording the audio and then putting it together. That's too much for me. That could be hard. But anyway, we got that end of day rally, and literally the last 10 minutes of the day, this push higher was where I was closing most of those profits, and I ended up $7,500. But yeah, I was in $8,000 worth of drawdown after this because of that. And this is, I don't want to say lucky. It could have easily just sold off and I take like a $10,000 loss, maybe even, I think it was like, it might have even been $11,000 or $12,000 loss. But yeah, sometimes that happens. Like having that stop, having trust in a stop loss can be something else, right? There's been not many times where it comes really close to your stop loss, holds, turns around, and gets you in profit. Now, this wasn't the full take profit. I just ran out of time, right? My full take profit was going to be up here in a retest of this, 890s, maybe even 900 level. So I didn't get full take profit, but I took what the market gave me. Obviously, there's probably a argument to be made to just cut the loss here and then maybe re-enter as we broke back through that level and like re-enter here. But I didn't. I made that decision to hold. Obviously, hindsight, that was the correct decision. But I think just cutting the loss here after I've taken some profits, cut the loss here, and then if we do get this flagging pattern, it would have been a lot easier for me to re-enter. But I would have a hard time seeing myself re-enter like the last 15 minutes before the closing bell. So I'm happy I held. That was part of my decision to hold going into power hour. But yeah, my full take profit was up here. I didn't get it, unfortunately. Ran out of time, and so I was just happy to take profit where I could after being down so much. But yeah, go watch it. It was interesting. I try and do my best to record. Obviously, I'm not going to have the recording on all day, and then yeah, that's a little rough for me to have it recording all day. It was, I don't know what the total stop was, but it was around, yeah, it was anywhere between 10 and 15,000. I had my stop below the low of day. Yeah, I mean, the last thing I want is to get this, right? This was the low of day. We barely break it, and that's the low day. So I had it a little bit lower. Yeah, which is decent size relative. Everything is relative. ATR saves lives and stops. There you go. And we didn't get to the 680 likes. Come on, chat. All right, let's go back to that. What's the NASDAQ doing? Did I just really give away my RB sandwich? Oh man. This is gonna end us here. Should have just taken profits. You know what? Just all right. Ugh. I didn't even get that sandwich. I am actually freaking hungry right now. I haven't had dinner. I'm hungry, and that just... All right. It is Friday, and I will be on... Don't make me play the song. You know, I said it. Okay. All right.
Whoa.
This one's for the RB sandwich here. Yeah. Anyway, grilled cheese, and I got a bowl of cereal. I got some Wheaties. I might just eat. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I will be on tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Tomorrow's Friday. Tonight's Friday's price action. I'm gonna be down $15. So yeah, take that as it is. We got to those 680 likes. If not, I will see you Sunday night. Take care, everybody. And hopefully you're able to pay for your food trading. See ya.